Hello my dear friends, this is channel Tomorrow Make and I'm Diana. Oh my gosh, this is making me so nervous. This is my first video in English. I've never done something like that before, and so I'm very anxious, very nervous and excited, and that's why I'm like, this is gonna be very cringy, so sorry about that, and I'm sure I'm gonna make some mistakes, so sorry about that again. So if it is your first time on this channel, nice to meet you. My name is Diana Albalawi. I'm a professional makeup artist from Russia. I'm also a hairstylist and I do a little bit of photography. And I do videos on this channel to educate you on makeup, to do makeup reviews, and just for fun, to be honest. So if you like this video, then consider subscribing. This will be very sweet of you. And write something in the comments. I like chatting with you in the comments. I did that in Russian mostly before, but I think I can start in English, why not? So in this video, I'm going to talk about this gorgeous, beautiful Natasha Denona All Matte Safari Palette. I bought it during the 50% discount, so that was totally worth it for me. But now we should answer the question, is it worth it for you? And I'm gonna review it, so let's go. Usually it retails for $129 US, and it contains 15 pans, 2.5 grams each. So this is like loads of product, which is nice. This palette has a nice mirror, so it's very convenient. And what I want to tell you about this palette is that I really love it, and I'm gonna tell you why. First of all, this palette is going to suit people who love matte makeup looks. So if you are into mattes, you should look at this palette. It's really gorgeous, and I think that you are going to love it too, as well as me. But if you're not into matte makeup, then you might consider buying this palette if you want an addition to all the shiny shadows that you already have in your collection. When I first touched this palette with my hands, with my fingers, I really like to touch makeup, to understand the texture, how it works, how it performs between my fingers. I really like touching things, to be honest. It felt really smooth, really thin, but when I swatched it, it gave me such an incredible pigmentation. And it went so smooth that I was like astonished, stunned. I was pleasantly surprised. Although I own Natasha Denona eyeshadows, this I think performed in the most nicest way. It performed very nicely. I don't have her 24 pans palette that came 6 years ago, but I have her Metropolis palette, Love palette, Sunrise palette, Camel, Mini Glam, Mini Tropic, and Safari palettes. Do I have any more? No, I think that's it. And these mattes, I think, are the best in my collection of Natasha Denona palettes. They perform really nicely. They blend beautifully. And the colors here are very interesting, as well as the names of the colors. So, for example, Fata Morgana is like an optical effect. I'll show you the photo of what it is. Voodoo is another color that is really speaking to me, to be honest. Tribe, it looks like some sort of clay, like this orangey red clay. Tamarind, I'm not sure how I should pronounce it, to be honest. Tamarind is like this sandy gorgeousness. Masa is such a beautiful violety magenta color, but not so bright. Desert Date is actually more on the orange side rather than on the yellow side, which is also very interesting. These grays are something incredible. They're not like flat grays. They have some interesting undertone to it, and I think that you really need to see this palette in person to understand, like with your own eyes, to understand what I'm talking about. The colors are very interesting. The colors are not basic. They're quite unique. They look very complicated. Not complicated, complex. They look rich. They look expensive because they're not very simple. Like, they're not flat. Even like these browns are very interesting. For example, Thorn, when I was putting it on my eyelids, I thought, wow, this looks exactly like the color of my eye. like around my pupil. Like this looks exactly like my eye color. I've never seen a brown that looked exactly like my eye color before. Even like a simple brown managed to surprise me. Really like this lotus color. I really like this pink color, and I have it here on the inside part of my eye socket. I've heard that some YouTubers said that this color have too much white in it, and I can't agree with that, because only 5 colors may contain white in it. Others are quite pigmented. Another thing I wanted to talk about is these light colors. They are perfect inner corner colors. They look very good with the white part of the eye, so they like playing with it, sort of. Then they look like they belong to the eye when you put them into the inside corner, and I really like that about them. So as a Russian makeup artist, I mostly work with people with a lighter complexion, and that's why on this channel I'll be also talking about how different colors suit a lighter complexion. But that doesn't mean that I'm not going to tell you about the textures, how they perform, how they blend, and do I like them or not. So maybe you, even if you're a person with a darker skin tone, you can find some interesting life hacks and some interesting information on my channel. So I'm glad to everyone. Maybe as I grow and my knowledge will also grow, and maybe I'll start to speak more about darker skin tone, but for now I'll speak about what I know best. Here are more warmer colors, to be honest, so they look better on people with warmer and darker skin. Although there are cool tones here, they won't look natural on any person with a lighter skin, whereas like these deeper tones, like these warmer tones, they might look very natural on a person with a darker skin tone. So I think this palette looks alike with the Viseart Dark Mattes. Although of course it's not 100% the same, I see some similarities. And I think this palette is a very nice addition to your collection, especially if you want to do some colorful makeups, because these colors can be very nice, the darkest part of your colorful makeup. For example, this for like greeny, hacky colors, this for bright orange makeup, this for a peach makeup, and etc. These colors are very interesting. And of course you can definitely use this palette with any other metallic shades. So this palette, at least for me, is an addition to the metallics I already have in my collection. I may take this palette like a more or less basic matte palette with me, although the colors are not basic at all, and add some shine, and it will be like a pure gorgeousness. And I think makeup artists can find this palette very interesting for them as well, because these colors are quite unique and complicated. Like the color is complicated, not the using of it. I like the quality of this eyeshadow palette. It's very creamy, it's very blendable, it has like incredible pigmentation, and they look beautifully on the eyes. Even like these scary greeny gray colors, they also look incredible on the eyes because they're not like flat, they're looking very deep. I mean, they're looking very interesting. So especially if you have the opportunity to get this palette on the discount, I 100% recommend it to you. And if you have it, then there will be a new video next week released, and I'll do 4 makeup looks with this palette. They all will be matte. This is actually quite a challenge. This was quite a challenge for me to do all matte makeup looks, because I'm like a person who really likes my shine and my highlight and all these metallics. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. This means I really appreciate that. If you leave a comment, this will be also very nice. And till next time, bye bye.